r/NoSleep. Posted by u/KunSeii. Rules for exploring graveyards and cemeteries. Hello there. As an amateur genealogist, I've spent many years exploring cemeteries and graveyards, taking photos to help others with their research, tracing my own roots, and learning more about local history. In my years of exploring, I've come up with some rules for basic safety and etiquette that you should follow when exploring. If you stick to these rules, you should have a very enjoyable and enriching time. 1. Before entering, determine if the land is a graveyard or a cemetery. The simplest way to determine this is to see if there is a church adjacent to the property. If so, it is a graveyard; if not, it is a cemetery. Please note that some use the terms interchangeably, but it is important for you to make this determination for yourself. Do not trust the sign. 2. If you arrive via duct car, see if a parking lot with a metal fence between itself and the cemetery is available. If so, park there. If not, park alongside the street. Make sure you close and lock your vehicles. Thieves have been known to steal valuables from unlocked vehicles. I do not recommend bringing your vehicle into the cemetery. The narrow roads are easily blocked, difficult to turn around on, and a hasty retreat is easier on foot. 3. It is not uncommon that you will encounter other visitors to the cemetery. Most likely they are just mourners there to visit the resting places of their late relatives. In any case, it's best not to talk to anyone other than those who arrived with you. Even in the best of circumstances, you will disturb another mourner trying to have a private moment. In the worst of circumstances, you will disturb a resident, and not everyone is so friendly. If you are approached by anyone who questions your presence, simply reply, "I am here to pay my respects." Add nothing else. See Rule 6 for the only exception. 4. I strongly recommend sticking to the path. If you need to leave the path to approach a gravestone, make sure that you keep the path in view on at least one side of you and return to it as soon as you have finished. If you absolutely must lose sight of the path, you must have a companion remain on the path and keep an eye on you. Have your companion count out 300 seconds and then call you back. Regardless of if it feels like 10 seconds or 60 seconds, return when your companion calls to you no matter what. 5. You may encounter a stone with your full name engraved upon it. If you are in a burial ground known to hold family members of yours, you may approach, take photos, or create a rubbing of the stone as long as you follow Rule 4. If you are not in a burial ground known to hold family members of yours, do not approach the stone, do not leave the path, and proceed to the nearest safe area. If you have a companion, link arms back to back and walk together briskly to the nearest safe zone. 6. A well-dressed man may approach you and ask you to serve as a pallbearer for a deceased individual with little family. If you are physically able, you should agree to do so. While you should continue to follow the rules, hospitality towards the residents is always seen favorably. Upon leaving the grounds, shower as soon as you are able. 7. If you have left the path and are unable to find it, do not panic. Refer to the gravestones. Most should have a numeric code on the bottom right, for example F1258. This refers to Block F, Row 12, Grave 58. Using this reference, you can find your way out. In this case, 12 rows north or south will lead us to the path, Block E or G, or Row 24. 58 graves left or right will lead us to the path or to Grave 116. Pay attention to the direction of the letters and numbers and you'll be back on the path in no time. Note, if you notice a grave with your name on it, no matter the number, no matter how close you are to the path, change direction and refer to Rule 5. 8. I highly recommend entering only during the daytime. Information is much easier to read during the day, and most grounds have posted hours after which they close the gate. If you enter after dark, there's nothing there that's not already there during the day. It's just a lot easier for them to move about under cover of darkness. 9. Safe areas include fenced parking lots, your family plots, chapels, churches, and the land beyond any exit. At any graveyard, I recommend checking the church doors before entering the graveyard. If at any point you feel you are being watched, followed, or you feel a presence that you can't see, head for the nearest safe area. Chapels and family plots are temporary, as eventually you need to cross the grounds to get out. With these, wait for at least an hour before making a beeline to the nearest safe area. Hopefully whoever or whatever was following you has lost interest and does not realize you have left the safe area. 10. If you arrive at the exit gates to find them locked, climb the fence. Do not hesitate due to potential injury. Do not try to find another point of exit. Do not give your companion a boost over. Do not call the office and try to reach someone. You have overstayed your welcome and your time is up. 11. After departing the burial grounds, do not return for at least 2 full moons and never again with the same companions. If, upon your return, you feel you are being watched, walk backwards slowly towards the exit until you are off the grounds. Do not return in this lifetime. It's not worth it. I hope you find these rules informative and helpful. I'm always happy to see others with a passion for genealogy and wish you many years of enjoyment with your hobby. Next story of this video. Posted by u/chill guy 047. Rules for being alone at home. Hello, if you have received this, then you are unfortunately home alone. Either by choice, or not. Different things will happen based on your age group. If you are below 18, then refer to Category A, otherwise refer to Category B. If you are wondering who I am, try not to think about it too long. Not only will it confuse you, but it will waste your time. The results of you failing to follow these rules will be in a list, following the category they belong to. Category A, you have been left home alone by a parent or guardian. If you wish to see them again, follow these rules. A.1. Right after your guardian leaves, check all doors and windows in the house. If they are unlocked, lock them. If, by any means, a door or window happens to be open, even a small crack, close it, run to your bed and hide under your covers. When the lights in your room flicker on and off twice, no more or less, then you are safe. A.2. Exactly 1 hour after your guardian leaves, feed the dog. Even if you have one or not, feed it. Its bowl is in the kitchen by the back door. The bowl should be a pale red. If it happens to be any other color, fill it with water instead. A.3. Immediately after the previous rule, check the front door again. If it's unlocked, then open it. Then if there is a box in front of the door, pick it up if you can and bring it inside. Read the extra points following this rule. If it is too heavy or not possible to bring inside with ease, then leave it. It is an entity. A.3a. Once bringing in the box, check who sent it. If there is a sending address, put the box in the freezer. If there is no sending address, check the receiving address, make sure it is yours. If not, put inside the freezer. A.3b. After checking the addresses and they are as instructed or the box had been in the freezer for 10 minutes, open the box by hand. After opening, if there is a small stuffed monkey, hide under your bed covers, wait until the light flicker twice. If the package is a toy train, set and leave it on the kitchen counter. A.4. If you happen to become hungry before nightfall, eat dry foods. If after, eat wet foods, such as fruit. A.5. Your guardian will be gone exactly 12 hours. If someone appears at a window or door and claims to be your guardian or looks like your guardian, do not respond. Instead, try to get a drink of water. They will disappear after you finish the cup. A.6. If at any point, it reaches your average bedtime, go to your bed and lay down until the dog lays next to the bed. After, get out of your bed and leave the room. Do not look or interact with the dog. If the dog tries to interact with you, close the door behind you. A.7. At midnight you will get a strange, sudden, and powerful urge to look at or check a window. Do not submit. Wait until the urge stops. A.8. If at any point you have to use the restroom, bring a flashlight, as the power may go out. A.8a. If the power does happen to go out, turn on the flashlight. If when it turns on, it's a reddish color, hide in the shower or tub and close the curtains. Wait until the lights turn back on. If while waiting for the lights to turn on, you hear footsteps in the bathroom, don't open the curtain. A.8b. After the lights turn back on, slowly open the curtains, checking the mirror while doing so. If in the reflection, the curtains are not open or not opening, quickly close the curtains, and wait until you hear glass breaking. After, check the mirror. It will be broken into 10 large shards, no more no less. Do not mind the smaller shards. A.9. Once it reaches 2 a.m., feed the dog once more. Follow the rules as before. Make sure your bedroom door is open before doing this. A.10. During the final 3 hours you will be constantly tempted to open doors and or windows. Instead, try to keep calm and distract yourself. A.Final. Congratulations. You have survived being home alone. If you receive this form digitally, it will delete itself and leave no trace of it ever existing. If it was a hard copy like paper, it will become lost, never to be found again. If you take a picture or try to copy this down, the words will become indecipherable and you will watched by an entity for the following week. Don't take notice of it. Category A consequences. This will be the list of the consequences you will receive if you fail to follow any of these rules. A.1. If you fail to lock all doors and windows, you can make yourself susceptible to mess-ups getting into your house. They will mess with some of your accomplishments to try and make you fail some of the rules. A.2. If you do not feed the dog or do not give it the right resource based on its bowl color, the dog will mail you more likely to get visited by the entities as an adult. A.3 If you fail to get the box, put the box in the freezer or attempt to get a larger box inside, you will fall asleep and experience trauma-inducing nightmares. A.4 If you fail to eat the corresponding foods, the following hours will feel twice as long. A.5 If you let the entity imposing as your guarding inside your house, it will take you away, never to be seen again. A.6 If you miss your bedtime, the will fall into a deep sleep that you will never wake from. A.7 If you look at a window, you will see a pair of eyes staring right at you. By now it's too late and you have been chosen to be visited again as an adult. A.8 If you attempt to look at what's causing the footsteps, you will see nothing, but then there will be an entity in the shower with you and forcefully drag you down the drain, whether your body can fit or not. A.9 If you fail to feed the dog once more, you will be visited as an adult. A.10 If you open any doors or windows during the last 3 hours, you will be taken and lost to history. A.Final If you take notice of the entity watching you, you will be induced with so much trauma you will forget everything you have ever known. Category B This is a rare case. It can only happen if you have been visited by the entities as a child, or you found a strange book labeled "The Visiting" on the side of the road and kept it. B.1 You will hear a grandfather clock chime. Your 12 hours have started. B.2 Feed the dog at exactly 1 hour after your 12 hours have started. Its bowl will be a pale red color. If it is any other color, fill the bowl with water. If you happen to be too late, you will hear an echoing bark throughout the house. Hide in the bathroom and lock the door. You will hear clawing at it. Don't open it. You are safe once the clawing stops, but from now on the dog will not protect you, nor stay passive throughout the night. B.2a If you do not feed the dog, do not open any doors for the next hour. If you do, you will open it to a long hallway. You cannot turn back now. It is too late. The hallway will later fork into many more hallways. By this point you are being hunted now. All you can do is run and try to find the exit door. B.3 Check the doors and windows. If they are unlocked, lock them. If any are open, close them, then proceed to check each major room in the house. If a room has red lights, turn off the lights and close the door and don't open it for the next hour. B.4 At some point you will hear the pained moaning of a creature. Hide in the bathroom. If the bathroom has been marked off for red lights, hide in your bedroom. Wait until the moaning stops. B.5 You will see a tall dark entity halfway through the 12 hours. Maintain eye contact with it. Wait until the entity fades out of existence. B.6 Don't ever look under a bed. If you drop something under one, wait until the 12 hours are up. B.7 If you are hungry at some point, eat dry foods if the sun is still out. Eat wet foods such as fruits if sun is down. B.8 If you become thirsty, try to drink bottled water. Stay away from tap water. It is contaminated. B.9 During the final 3 hours of the 12 hours, you will be hunted by a multitude of entities. Don't open any cabinets, closets, compartments, or doors to small rooms. Stay in major rooms. B.10 If you become spotted by an entity, your first thought would be to run. Don't. Instead, stay still. Wait until the entity looks away and starts walking away. Then you can sneak away to somewhere else. B.11 During the final hour you will want to pray, as this will be the most tormenting hour of the 12 hours. If you did not get trauma from a previous hour, you will get some now. But if you survive this, congrats, you have survived the 12 hours. And since you are an adult, you only have to suffer through this once. Category B Consequences. These consequences will be more severe than the consequences for Category A. B.2 You will be hunted by the dog if you open any doors less than 1 hour after not feeding the dog. B.2a If you are caught by the dog in the hallways, you will be found in the morning, mauled to death. B.3 If you enter a red lighted room, you will be found in the morning, torn to pieces. B.4 If you do not hide, or you decide to leave the safe area before the moaning stops, you will become an entity and forever be trapped as a visitor. B.5 If you break eye contact, you will be found in the morning with a snapped neck. B.6 If you ever look under a bed, you will be dragged under there, never to be seen again. B.7 Not eating the corresponding foods will cause the hours to last 4x as long. B.8 If you drink tap water, you will become a visitor. B.9 If you enter a small room or open a compartment, you will be found in the morning crushed into a small cube. B.10 If you attempt to run from an entity that has spotted you, it will chase you. And it is faster than you. When it catches you, you will be found in the morning with a missing/torn out rib cage. B.11. If you somehow manage to get caught during the last hour, you will be turned into a transparent spirit that can't interact with reality and will be replaced by an entity who will take up your personality and appearance, who will impersonate you, and all you would be able to do is just watch as someone or something else pretends to be you.